Hello and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a 48-hour reading vlog because I have been really struggling with reading for the past couple of weeks. I keep getting really distracted and not getting into all of the current reads that I have. And that's a problem because my sister and I are leaving for a trip on the 22nd, and today is already the 6th. Time is just flying, and I'm in the middle of 3 books right now, and I don't want to take any of these with me on my trip. I'm going to show you the books. They're just so long, and so I want to be done with them way before then. The first book is Wayward by Amelia Hart. This one's about, let's see, almost 400 pages, 392 pages, and I am only 22 pages in. I'm also reading Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. This one's like 350 pages or so, and this one I'm a little bit further into. I'm almost 100 pages into it. And then I'm also listening to the audiobook of Yesteryear on Spotify, and I'm about 60% into this, but I still have 5 hours and 48 minutes left of the audiobook. I do listen on 2x speed, so it's more like 3 hours, but that's still a lot of audiobook time. So my goal over these next 2 days would be to finish Yesteryear and then get a really good chunk read of both of these books. So I'm going to take you along over these next 2 days as I read and keep you updated on my thoughts and my progress and all that jazz. It is almost 8 a.m. right now. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago because I went to bed super late last night. And now I'm going to make myself breakfast, coffee, do my skincare routine, get dressed, all of that. And I'm going to do that while I listen to the audiobook. If you don't know, Yesteryear is the story of a trad wife, essentially, and it's a little bit mystery thriller-ish, and I don't know what the plot twist is going to be, but I'm really excited to find out. So hopefully I can get a good chunk read of this, and I'll update you on my progress when I'm done. It's been about an hour. I have 4 hours and 17 minutes left of the audiobook now, and I got ready, tidied up my room, had my breakfast, and now I'm gonna head to the gym. It is unfortunately raining. I feel like every time I vlog it's raining. But anyway, I'm going to probably listen to more of the audiobook while I'm on the treadmill. I also brought Wayward with me, so if I'm walking on the treadmill I might switch to reading that. So we'll see. Alright, I am back from the gym. I only managed to read 1 chapter while I was there. I just could not focus. I kept getting distracted by everyone around me. But I am back. It is so gloomy. It is raining. I'm gonna take a shower, and then while I wait for my hair to dry, we're gonna do some more reading and hopefully actually make some progress in this book. Time for a quick check-in. It is now almost 2:30, so we're like 6.5 hours into this 48-hour reading challenge. You guys saw me sitting on the couch reading for a little bit. I was able to get up to page 65 in Wayward, so starting to make some progress in this book. And then I had to give myself a manicure and made my lunch, so I did that while listening to Yesteryear, and I have 3 hours and 18 minutes left of the book, so that means I am 77% of the way through. I have not yet touched Becoming Supernatural today, but that is okay because I think I decided on a little bit of a game plan. My goal for the end of this first 24 hours is to finish Yesteryear completely, which I think I can very easily do. And then I'd like to at least make it to part 2 of Wayward. If I can read more than that, even better. Part 2 starts on page 149, so that's like 80 or so pages, which I think I can do. If I need a little bit of change of pace and want to switch to some nonfiction, I will read some of this today, but I'm not going to focus on this one. And then tomorrow I'll focus on parts 2 and 3 of this book, and then I'll add in Becoming Supernatural and start reading more of this. So that is the game plan. I'm going to read for the next 30 minutes, and then the next World Cup game starts at 3 p.m. So I'm going to walk on the treadmill while I think I listen to Yesteryear on audio and play the game on mute. All right, I'll let you guys know my progress in a couple hours. It's 5 o'clock, the game just ended, and I managed to read to page 107 in Wayward, which means that I have about 40 pages left until I get to part 2. And then during halftime, I took out the dishes and put the dirty dishes into the dishwasher, and so now I have 2.5 hours left of Yesteryear, which I'm listening to right now, and I'm going to make dinner while I listen, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break for like an hour or so because I've just been doing so much reading today and I need to pause. But after the little break, I'm going to get back to the book and hopefully finish part 1. And I'm aiming to finish Yesteryear at night when I'm laying in bed, doing my skincare, getting ready, all that. So we're making good progress. Good morning. It is now 8 a.m. on Tuesday, so we are officially 24 hours into this 48-hour reading challenge. So I thought that I would give you the quick update because transparently I just forgot to film last night. First things first, I did finish Yesteryear last night, so yay, I'm so happy. We checked off one book. Unfortunately, it was not my favorite book. I think that the story had a lot of potential, but unfortunately the way that the narrative sort of played out, especially at the end, fell a little bit flat for me, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. That's what happens. Not every book is for everyone. The next update is that I did make it to part 2 of Wayward, so I'm now 149 pages into it. I don't know if I ever explained the plot of this book, but it's basically told in 3 different timelines, and it's following a generation of women who are essentially accused of being witches. I love a book about witches. The Witches of New York is one of my favorites, and then also I loved The Nature of Witches, so if you are interested in some books about witches, pick those 2 up. But so far I am enjoying this one. I do just have to pay attention a little bit more because we are switching timelines every chapter, so it's one that I am closely following along, but so far it is keeping my attention. I can't wait to see what happens in part 2. I did not read any of Becoming Supernatural yesterday, so what is the game plan for today? I think I will be satisfied if I make it to part 3 of Wayward, which goes to page 252. So that's about 100 pages of this book. And then this book is a little bit trickier because it is one that you have to really spend time with. It's not something that you can just really breeze through. So I definitely want to finish the chapter that I'm currently on and then maybe read another 2 chapters, which would bring me to page 153, and I'm on page 90 right now. If I can read more than that, that would be amazing, but if not, that will be enough for me because that's the most that I've read in a while. So like I said, it is 8 o'clock right now. There is a World Cup game at noon. I need to edit a TikTok video, which I'm going to do right after this, and then I want to go to the gym sometime before noon, but I just had my breakfast, so I probably won't go for at least an hour or so. So I'm going to go edit the video, and then I'm going to read until I go to the gym. So let's see how far I can get. Sorry, it has been a few hours since I last updated you guys. I ended up going to the gym and I actually switched to the audiobook version of Wayward because I forgot to bring the physical copy with me. And so I read a couple chapters while I was there, and then I listened to more of the audiobook as I came back. I did a face mask, a hair oil that's still marinating right now, and ate some lunch. And now it's 2:20. I didn't really read too much because I was watching the FIFA game, but the game just ended and I thought that today was going to be a super gloomy, rainy day again, just like it was yesterday, but it's actually looking pretty nice out right now. So I think I'm going to take Luna, my sister's dog, on a little walk around the block because she hasn't been out in a while because it was a super big heat wave, so we weren't taking her on walks because we didn't want her to overheat. And then it was raining, so we also couldn't go on walks. So I think that that will be nice for her. And I'm actually going to continue listening to the audiobook. I'm glad that I was able to get a copy from the library. So I'm now 200 pages in of the 252 pages of part 2. So I think I can definitely finish part 2, and I might even read a little bit more. So we shall see. When I come back from the walk, I'm finally going to shower and wash this hair oil out, and then the next game starts at 4, so I'll probably have some more time to read in between, and I think I'm going to switch to Becoming Supernatural so I can get a little bit more of that read too. Alright, let's get ready for this walk. Final update for the night. It is now like 7:30 and I did manage to read all of part 2 of Wayward. So I have like maybe 150 pages or so left of it. Reading the audiobook definitely saved me today though, because I was really struggling to focus when I was reading this physically. That said, I only read like 6 pages of Becoming Supernatural throughout this entire 48 hours, which is not ideal. Definitely have not reached my goal yet, but the night is still young. I had dinner, I watched the second game today, and now I have no responsibilities left. I'm going to get myself ready for bed and do some more reading tonight, and I will update you guys in the morning for a final recap of how I did throughout these 48 hours. Hello, it is a little after 8 a.m. on Wednesday, which means that the 48 hours is officially over, which means it is time for the final wrap up, and let's see how I did. Last night, after I told you guys that I was hoping to read a little bit more of Becoming Supernatural, my sister and I actually decided to watch a movie. We watched 40 Dates and 40 Nights, and it was actually really, really good. I highly recommend it. But after that, I was really tired and was not in a place where I could read this book, because this is one that you have to like really focus on and use a lot of brain power. So I did not read any more of this book. However, I did manage to read a couple more chapters of Wayward last night. So I ended up on page 285, and when we started this, I think I was on page like 22, which means that I read 263 pages of this book in 48 hours. I am on page 96 of Becoming Supernatural, and I started on page 90, so I only read 6 pages of it, which was a little bit of a fail on my part. I just didn't prioritize it in this 48 hours. But I also listened to about 6 hours of the audiobook of Yesteryear and finished that book completely. So honestly, I feel really good overall, and the good news is I still have 2 weeks until I leave on my trip, which means that I can definitely finish these, especially now that I've made so much good progress. I will probably finish this book either today or tomorrow, and then I can fully focus my energy on finishing the rest of Becoming Supernatural before I go. I have not read that much in such a short span of time in a long time, so I do still feel very good about it, very accomplished. I was doing nothing but reading for the last 2 days. So that is the end of today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know if you want to see more reading content from me. But that is all for now, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!